Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to discuss and we are going to execute the programs about list in Python. In our previous video we have discussed the entire theory about list, right? So in this video we are going to cover the lists in our VS Code. First one, the basic step is nothing but how to create a list. So usually we can create a list by using this variable by using the square brackets 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, this is how we create the list. By using the square brackets we can store these elements. So here we are having different types of list. One is nothing but empty list, other one is nothing but normal list, which contain the elements. Okay, so as we know that the list are nothing but it stores the different data type elements. Let me suppose give string is nothing but a Python, and let me add a boolean value that is nothing but a true, and let me give a float 5.4. So this is how the list works here, where it stores the elements of different data type like integer, float. So see, this is the result. This is the list of items where it's stored in a single variable. Now we can create the list using this another, which is nothing but a list constructor. So what is meant by constructor? And that is nothing but we are going to discuss it in our oops concepts, right? So for suppose let me name a tuple that is nothing but 1 comma 2 comma 3. So what is meant by tuple? So no issues. In our upcoming videos we are going to discuss about of these tuples. So the major difference between this tuple, this is how the tuple is represented. By using this open brackets we are going to place these elements. So by using this list constructor we can convert the tuple into the list. Okay, now our next part is nothing but list slicing. Okay, now here we are going to execute the indexing and the slicing in the list. For suppose let me create another list. So this is our actual list, right? So now here we are going to access these elements by using this index, where list of 0. What does it gives? It actually list index start from 0 to end, right? From 0 and the default value, the number of values minus 1. Okay, so these are the list items. So the list which is at the 0 index is 1, and the list element which is at the third index is nothing but 4 value. Okay, this is how we can access the list elements. So here we are having the negative indexing. As we know that negative indexing is nothing but starting from -1, right? So see, the 5.4, it means that the last negative indexing is from -1. Okay, this is how we can access the list elements. So now here we are having list slicing is nothing but taking the amount of part which we want from the list. So how? So here we are, the basic syntax of the slicing is nothing but the basic syntax of slicing is we are having a list, and here we are having this start, and here we are having this end. That is nothing but a next one is nothing but step, that is nothing but either increment or the decrement values. Okay, now here we are going to slice this. Let me suppose give a start value as 1 and end value as 3. Let me give a increment end value as 6 and increment as 2. So now let's print this and let's see what does it gives as output. Okay, it gives that 246. It means that the index, the element which is at index 1 is 2, and adding +2 to the 1, it means that it gives the element which is at the index 3, that is nothing but a 4, and index 3 plus 2 is nothing but 5. It gives the element which is at index 6. Okay, this is so. So by using this we can reverse the list, that is nothing but -1, where actually this is the start index, right? Where this is the end index, this is the -1. Let me suppose print in this way. Okay, it means that it gives entire list, because we are not mentioning the start value and the end value, but it giving the entire list. So what might the reason means? The interpreter which is in this Python, where automatically assigns the default values, that is nothing but start index and the end index. Now If you want to reverse the list, then you just want to give -1. -1 is nothing but decrement. Okay, it starts from highest index to lowest index by decrementing the each value. Okay, for suppose how it works means, let me suppose the last index of this entire list is from 7 to, and the starting index nothing but 0. So in each time it -1, it means that from 7, right? So 7 minus 1 is 6, 6 minus 1, 5 minus 1. In this manner it going to reverse the list items, it going to access the list items. Okay, this is entire about list slicing. So some of the methods, we are having different methods where print list of let me suppose you 2. Okay, so here I do not mention end value, I just mentioned the starting value. So now let's execute this program and let's see what might be the difference. So see, so here I have mentioned just the starting index, but end index is not defined by the user. So it is taken from by default value, it assigns the last index. Okay, the starting index starts from 2, and here if you do not mention any increment, it by default consider the increment as a 1. Okay, each time it increments the value to the +1. Okay, if what do I mentioned the end index, let me suppose mention the end index. So here I do not mention any starting value, so I just mentioned the end value. Now let's run this and let's see. So end value, so the default start value is nothing but a 0, and here end value, so 5 is not included, it's always excluded. Okay, end index is always excluded. So if you want to include that, you have to give +1 where additional value for that. Okay, this is all about the list slicing and thing. So as we discussed that lists are mutable, right? We know that list have the capacity to change these elements. So how we can change this? By using this list of, at 0 index I want to assign a value that is nothing but 100, then print that particular list. So it going to change or else it gives an error. So the list element at the 0 index is changed because lists are mutable, so the values in that list can be changed. Okay, this is how the mutability explains. Now here we are having this list methods. Now we are going to discuss the various list methods. They are nothing but append method. So list methods, let us discuss about methods in the list. Okay, first one is nothing but append method. So let me create a list. Let me create a list is equals to some of the elements 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now here I am going to append list dot append, let me suppose append 100 value and print that particular list. Okay, what will be the output? Where does the value appended? The value is appended at the end index because append method is used to add the list elements. It means that it always adds the element at the end of that, it attaches the value to the list at the last index. Okay, what if I want to append the 100 at the particular index? Do I have any method for that? Yes, for that you have a definite method, that is nothing but list.insert. So in that insert you have two categories, one is nothing but index and other one is nothing but a value. So if you want to insert a 500 at that second index, then you have to specify index plus that particular value. Okay, so this is nothing but first one is the index and second one is nothing but that particular element. Okay, this is how the difference between this append and the insert. The 500 is indexed, is added at the second index. Okay, if you want to add the element at the particular index, then you have to use this insert method. Okay, now what if I want to add multiple elements at a time? It means that what if I want to combine two lists? For suppose here I have a another list, L1 is nothing but some of the elements like 9 8 7. Now I have to combine list and this L1. So now what I have to do? For that, just simply list dot extend method. We are having extend method. Okay, now when I print this list, let's see what does it gives as a output. Okay, this is how. So see, the list 897 and the original list are both are combined because we are using this extend method is used to add multiple items at the same time. We can convey this in a different manner. It is used to combine two lists. Okay, these are the methods. So we are having different methods. So what if I want to remove the elements from the list? Remove the elements. So when we have the capability to add these elements, we also have the capability to remove the elements, right? For that we are having different methods. For suppose list dot remove. Okay, list dot remove, you have to specify the particular element. For suppose let me give 4 and print that list. Okay, so in that list dot remove, you have to specify the element, not the index. See, in that birth list the 4 is removed. Okay, you have to specify the element. Okay, not the index. Okay, what if I want to remove the element based upon this index? Then I have to give pop, the list dot pop. Usually list dot pop takes this index value. If you do not specify any index, then it automatically removes the element which is at the last index. Okay, see, pop works two ways. Okay, if you want to specify any particular index, then it removes that element. If user cannot specify any particular index, then it removes the element which is at the last index. That is the default value, man. Okay, for suppose let me use second index. So it deletes the element which is at the second index. Okay, see, which is at the second index is nothing but 3, right? 500 is the second index. Now here in this list the 500 is deleted. Okay, this is how the pop and the remove works. Pop works for the index and remove works for the element. Okay, now what if I want to delete my entire list? So in this way what I have to do, just list dot, these are all the methods which we are going to work out now here. Okay, list dot clear. Okay, how does it works? List dot clear is nothing but delete all the elements in the list, man. See, this is the empty list where it prints the empty list where there are nothing elements in that, because we have cleared all the elements in the list. Okay, next one, we are having different functions in this list. They are nothing but some of the built-in functions. Okay, now here we are going to discuss that. They are nothing but length, which is used to find the length of the particular list. Print len of list is it going to give the total number of elements in that list. Len of, we are going to pass that list. Okay, see, let's see what does it gives. So this is nothing but len of list is 8. It means that the list having total 8 elements. Okay, this is how we can find out this list. Actually here we are having the maximum as a function. So we can find out the maximum element in the list by using these built-in functions. Okay, see, the maximum in this list is nothing but 100. 100 is the maximum value. In a similar way we are having another function that is nothing but minimum. It is used to find the minimum element in the list. Okay, these are all the built-in functions. So by using these built-in functions we are going to find out this. Without this we can also do by using this loop condition. So in our upcoming videos we are going to discuss all these topics. Okay, so sum of list, that is nothing but a wonderful function which is used to find the sum of all the elements in the list is nothing but 120, 135. Okay, now we are having how to access the list elements by using the loop conditions. Okay, now here we are having indexing to access the elements, right? So we are also having the loops to access the elements. For suppose let me create a list that is nothing but names is equals to libraries in this python, that is nothing but numpy. Okay, numpy, pandas, and other one is nothing but matplotlib, and then cbon, These are all the libraries in this Python. Okay, now here we are going to access these elements by using this loop condition. How does for I in names, then print that I. Simple, right? By using these loop conditions, we are going to access all these elements: numpy, pandas, matplotlib, and the cbone. So this is nothing but in is nothing but a membership operator, which is used to check either the particular element is in that list or a tuple or not. Okay, this is how we can access all these elements. So by using this index also, we can access the all these elements. How we can access? By using the index values. Okay, further using the same. Okay, for I in range of, we are going to find out the length of the particular names. Length, you know that length gives length is nothing but which is used to give the total number of elements in that particular list. Okay, names of I. By based upon this index, we are going to run this for loop and we are going to execute that. So same output. Okay, this is how we can access. So those are nothing but a list membership operator. So as I said that in is nothing but a membership operator, right? So how does it works? Actually, it gives the boolean values. So membership operator. Okay, now here we are going to, by using this membership operator, does the particular element is in the list or not, we are going to check that. For that, print numpy, right? Numpy in the names. So now let's execute this program and let's see what does it gives. It gives the boolean values. If the numpy is in the names, then it's going to give the true. If let me suppose give a random name, so if the element not in the particular list means it going to give the false value. Okay, that's it. These are used, these are nothing but a membership operator which always gives either true or false statement. So next basic and most important topic, that is nothing but list compression, which is nothing but which is a very simpler and a memory efficient way to create the list items. So how does we can create the list? By using these combining expressions and equations, if else conditions, we are going to create a list. For suppose, let me name a list of num is equals to x for x in range of 10. Okay, this is how we can create the list. Print that particular num value. Okay, let me execute this. So this is how we created the list. So how, as usual way, how does we create our own list? By using these square brackets, we are going to mention all these items 1 comma 2 comma 3. But by using these conditions and the variables and the different type of expressions, we are going to create the list. What now I have to create the square elements? Just these are the condition, right? This is the expression where x square for x in range of 10, it means that the x values are taken from the range of 0 to 9 and square those values and append them in a list value. Okay, 0, 1 square, 2 square, 3, 8 square, and then 9 square. Okay, this is so. So if here I want to mention any conditions, if x modulo to double is equals to 0. Okay, now here we are going to get the even values, right? So these are the values where even values which are divided by the 2. So this is how we combine all these equations. By using these expressions, we are going to create the list items. Okay, this is the expression, this is the for loop, and this is the condition where to create the list items by using the if else condition. Okay, so now let's discuss the real life applications of the list. So up to this, fine, well and good. So up to this list we have discussed about this theory and the code, right? But how does this list are implemented in our real life situations? How these are going to work? Okay, so now let's discuss about this. So consider you are a student which you are studying in a college. For suppose your grades all are mentioned, right? For suppose you have the sem exams and all your grades are stored in a variables, they are nothing but a list. So all your variables are stored in a list, so they are not stored in the tuples, they are stored in a list. Because when you failed in this exam and you again applied for this supply and you were passed in that, so now that marks are going to change it, right? For that there must be a mutability, for that list are used. Okay, in a similar way, when you go through the machine learning, all the data sets in this machine learning are nothing but list, so those elements are stored in the list. So now other is nothing but all your game scores and all those data sets that are around surrounding us. If you have any doubts, please go through the comment section and please follow these lectures where code plus theory. Thank you.